Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson here. Today's market started out with this downtrend working lower. The market opened around this area here. So at this point we had a break of the downtrend, so I was expecting a new extreme of this downtrend here. And we have a little tiny uptrend with a break and a new high here. And when we pushed below the EMA, I was considering some lower high, but unfortunately we didn't get it here. We just pushed lower. We hadn't exceeded the lowest low yet, so I was still considering some second entry short. But you can see prices just pushed up higher here. We had a new uptrend that started with a break and a new extreme. I wasn't yet giving up on this downtrend because you can see it didn't retrace much of the downtrend, this correction here. Instead, we had some sideways action, and then we finally pushed below the EMA here. So when we got below the EMA at this point, I was considering some second entry short at the EMA to take advantage of this downtrend needing a new low, and too, this leg down would need a new low as well. But unfortunately, we didn't get it. We just sliced right lower and created the new extreme. So at this point, I'm pausing, looking to go short. I'm just looking to see what the next market cycle is going to be. Are we going to reverse? Are we going to get some sideways action? Or are we going to continue working lower? So let's see what happens next. You can see the EMA rejected again and pushed lower. It gets a little bit sideways here. So this is more so just an area of development. I'm just letting prices print and seeing what the next market cycle is going to be. And you can see prices pushed higher here. So now we have somewhat of an uptrend working higher. But then when we slice below the EMA like this is when it became clear that, okay, there must be some small trading range that's getting established because we just sliced through the EMA, negating this uptrend here. So I went ahead and drew my resistance and my support, and I'm just sticking to the short-term channels at this point, and looking to see what happens. So you can see here this uptrend ended up getting a new high. We had the first leg up, break, second leg up, new extreme of the uptrend. So we're quite sideways at this point, so I'm playing this small trading range. So I'm looking to see what happens here. So when we got this big bearish bar here, confirming this resistance, I was considering some lower high below the EMA to take advantage of selling high in the range and prices pushing back and testing this support level here. But you can see the lower high on my chart formed as an inside bar, which I don't like taking inside bars. I wanted to see some stronger signal bar here. And then you can see we're back above the EMA here. Okay, so now it gets a little bit confusing because why didn't we push lower and test the support? Why do we push higher? It's signaling that there's some bullish imbalance. So I'm just kind of sitting on my hands here and letting prices print and seeing what the next market cycle is going to be. And you can see we have this swift leg up moving higher here. So before here, I was considering some second entry long at the EMA if it would form, but then you can see the little tiny break and a new extreme. So I went ahead and played this break in a new high, and I'm pausing looking to go long, and I'm just kind of letting prices print and seeing what the next trend is going to be here. So now we pushed lower, so I'm already anticipating some downtrend working lower, so I'm thinking about some second entry short at the EMA here. And you can see we count from the lowest low. We have a first entry short, and first entry short just pushed lower, but it confirmed this wider downtrend here. So I'm still playing the wider downtrend. I'm considering some second entry short at the EMA. And then around this area is when the FOMC started. So it got a little bit choppy, and this is more so just a news area. So I like to wait these areas out and wait for the next trend to establish. But you can see we have a first break of this downtrend and a new extreme. So I'm pausing looking to go short at this point. Downtrend played out with a break and a new low. So you have a second entry short here, but the second entry short, for one, is so far from the EMA, and for two, it's just meaningless. There's no context. It's just a local setup, but there's no context supporting it because downtrend already played out with a break and a new low. So this is just an area of development, waiting to see what the next market cycle is going to be. And you can see prices push up and create this bullish channel here. So when this bullish channel gets established here, I'm considering some second entry long at the EMA. So if we count from the highest high, you have a first entry long. Can we get some second entry long at the EMA here? No, but we have a break here. You have a first entry long, and you get some deep correction here. So when I saw this correction, I actually shifted to something like this, and I played it as a break in a new extreme. Why? Because this correction was so deep. It retraced pretty much the whole move here. So I was starting to think about some second entry short at the EMA. But you can see we sliced right through the EMA and pushed so far high that it was clear that okay, this uptrend was a little bit wider, something like this. And this correction was just a deep correction. And now we have the second leg up for this uptrend, and now we have our new high. So I'm pausing, looking to go long. At this point, it's just once again another area of development, waiting to see what the next market cycle is going to be. So we had a failed second entry long. It was like a first entry long, second entry long failure, but we're above the EMA here, so I can't take the failed second entry long above the EMA like this. But now we have a break and a new low of this downtrend. Then it gets a little bit sideways, and we have another downtrend that gets established here. But we also have a little tiny break and a new low of this downtrend. So let's see what's happening next. In order for me to go long, I would need to see some failed second entry short above the EMA, which you actually get here if you count from the lowest low, first entry short pullback, second entry short failure. Problem is, it just formed way too high. But this would be a decent setup if it formed nicely, a failed second entry short after the downtrend played out with a break in a new extreme. So you can see prices push up quite high here. So since prices pushed up so high here, and we kind of pushed outside of this uptrend, working higher. I'm playing this more so as an overshoot since we're so far from the EMA and prices just pushed straight up out of this channel that was working higher here. So if I got a second entry long at the EMA, I would have to skip because I'm playing this as an overshoot here. Had some downtrend. Initially, we had some downtrend working lower like this. So I would need to see this downtrend play out with a break in a new extreme, which we get here, but then also I would need the failed second entry short above the EMA to trust that this uptrend is going to get a new extreme. But this was crucial right here at the EMA. Instead of pushing above the EMA and getting the failed second entry short, the EMA rejected and pushed lower like this. So this is when it was clear that this overshoot here was kicking in and it was actually reversing the market. So now this downtrend is in play here. But once again, we have another overshoot. You can see this channel here fits quite nicely, and we have this oversold territory here where it just breaks the channel and creates an overshoot. So I can expect a stronger correction in the opposite direction at this point. So I have the first leg up. So in order for this downtrend to get a new extreme, I would need to see some breaking a new high and some failed second entry long below the EMA, which is very similar to here on this overshoot. I would need to see the break in a new low and a failed second entry short above the EMA. It's just opposite on this side, looking for the new extreme of the downtrend. So I got the break and the new high of the uptrend at this point. So I would need to see some failed second entry long above the EMA to trust that this downtrend is going to get a new low. But you can also see that we're already coming up on market close. So at this point, it's just educational purposes only. But you can see the EMA held here. And now it's just getting a little bit too late. Market already closed. But I wouldn't be giving up quite yet on this downtrend needing a new extreme. This correction is quite deep. But if we get a stronger push lower here, say somewhere in this area, it's very clear that this downtrend is going to want to get a new low. And I would be looking for some second entry short at the EMA. But I need to see more price action at this point to see if that's in fact what the bears are going to want to do. Are they going to want to test the new low here? Or are we just going to reverse from this point? So yeah, guys, today was a great trading day. There wasn't many opportunities today, but it was great to follow price action and um, and get some learning experience here. So let's go through this really quickly in summary and see how it played out. So we had a downtrend working lower with a break, an attempt to create a new extreme, but we had some prolonged bullish correction. Then we finally got our new low here. We had somewhat of an area development here, waiting to see what the next pattern was going to be. We had an uptrend with a break and a new extreme. This bearish bar here confirmed this channel here since we were so sideways. I was looking for some lower high, but unfortunately it formed as an inside bar. Then prices pushed higher, created a break and a new high. Then we had some downtrend working lower here. News came out around this area, so we're just kind of on pause at this point, waiting for the next market cycle. But you can see it's still, price action still worked as expected. Break, new extreme of the downtrend, somewhat of an area of development, and we pushed up in this uptrend. So we're considering the second entry long at the EMA. We had a strong correction here, which kind of seemed like this uptrend wouldn't get the new high. But you can see once we pushed so strongly above the EMA, it was clear that the bulls wanted to test the new high of this uptrend. So then we get this downtrend that's working lower here with a tiny break and a new low. And we're considering some failed second entry short above the EMA here if it formed nicely, but unfortunately it just formed too high up. So we had an uptrend working higher with an overshoot. When we have overshoot, we can expect a stronger correction in the opposite direction, which in fact happened here. The bears reversed the market, but then we had another overshoot here. And same thing happened. We had a stronger correction in the opposite direction. And we'd expect a new extreme of this downtrend, but it unfortunately just got too late for us. But if we had some deeper bearish channel working lower here, we can expect some second entry short to test the new low, this downtrend. So yeah, guys, I hope today was a good trading day for you guys. If you guys, if this was beneficial for you guys, please feel free to hit that like button below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I actually have a trading community where I post charts daily in real time, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys may have in real time. If that's of any interest to you guys, feel free to check out that link in the description below. But other than that, hope you guys had a good trading day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.